Hmm.
Jason's gonna have to put him in. Oh, sure. Yeah, if I wanted to walk in, if you're gonna break all that. 26.
Comments are turned off.
It's turned off?
Yeah.
Maybe that one you didn't, but because they were all, people were all saying that, but that's what they were saying here.
That he's doing a line?
Yeah.
And I look frozen on here. There we go. I'm moving now. Hmm.
Yeah, it's recording. Yeah. We guys are talking about it. So, thanks, man. What all do we do now? So I'll go ahead, I will amend really so also the offer to like the further as of right now. And then as soon as I get back in my office and I can run CCH. I'm hoping that I'm not against it. Now knowing that like I forgot something to the line. I don't want to be but. Not something what you're doing for a little bit, it'd be pretty.
Bring in the first case. We're on the record in 23 CCR 235-145, state of Texas, excuse me, versus Ethan Wishabu. Mr. Pham, your motion.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. I have a motion to reinstate the bond, Your Honor. Mr. Washabow was, we had court on the last court appearance. He had a medical emergency. He did not make it into court until 11:15. He was late. We're asking the judge to reinstate the bond so that way he can complete his BIP course for dismissal, Your Honor.
State.
Your Honor, this seems to be, as I'm checking and I checked yesterday, the only time that he missed the court, so the state is not opposed, Your Honor.
All right, I'll grant the motion to reinstate. Mr. Washabow can finish up his class and resolve his case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And it's my understanding it wasn't him that had the medical emergency, it was his wife?
Correct, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay. All right. Just to be clear. All right. Thank you, Mr. Pham. I'll get the order signed shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you. Oh, we need to get you a date as well. Hold on, Mr. Pham.
Okay.
Give me a date. Okay, but he's got to come in and sign it. Order. So I need you and your client to come into court. Can you come in this Friday morning to sign off on a new docket control order for this case?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay, I'll see you and your client at 8:30 a.m. Friday morning to execute a new docket control order, and then y'all are free to go at that time. You'll get a new trial date in December.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Y'all are free to go. Go on the next case. Okay, next case. Go ahead and put Ms. Walker back into the waiting room.
Good afternoon, Judge. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Krug. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. All right, let's get started. We're on the record in 23 CCR 764, State of Texas versus Iva Candelaria. Mr. Krug, if you'd give the court an update on the case.
Sure, Judge. I just got an offer today on the case. It is 18-month probation with conditions. I have not reviewed that with my client yet. I was planning on doing that after our court appearance today. I just got the offer exactly 2 hours ago. And that's where we're at least on our side.
All right. When's the next court date? We got pretrial coming up next on 12/19.
That's correct, Judge.
If you need to schedule it for a plea for any reason before then, just contact Sarah.
Sure. I think, at least as of right now, I think this one will likely be headed to trial, but I've obviously got to talk to her. But it's a straight probation offer. So if that's, then my understanding is that the offer probably won't change from that. So it likely will end up probably being a trial.
Okay. All right. Very good, Mr. Krug.
Thanks, Judge.
Update, you and your client are free to go.
Thank you. I've got one more on the docket today, but it's at the very end.
You got Zepeda?
I do.
Yeah, you're next.
Thank you, Judge. Also I have reviewed the offer with Ms. Zepeda, and
Hold on. Let's get your client in here first.
probably would help. Thank you.
All right. We're on the record in 23 CCR 236894, State of Texas versus Rosa Zepeda. Go ahead, Mr. Krug.
Thank you, Judge. So I have spoken with Ms. Zepeda. I did review the offer with her, which is a 12-month deferred offer. And I believe this one will for sure be going to trial, or at least proceeding forward with trial.
Let's see, trial date. Well, you got a while till we get to trial, April 15th with pretrial on March 27th. And you've got one more status as well on January 14th. So
Understood, Judge. Just letting the court know where we've been offered and where our intentions are and where we
that's
foresee this
the
case
whole
going.
purpose. That's the whole purpose of this docket. So thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, you are free to go, Mr. Krug. Thank you. And your client's free to go as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Darnell.
Sorry about that, Judge. I had a pop-up that was blocking it. Sorry about that.
We're on the record in 23 CCR 236381, State of Texas versus Ariana Serrano. Mr. Darnell, give the court an update.
Judge, I submitted a few weeks ago. I submitted a PTI packet, and I did hear back that that has not been reviewed by Tracy yet, but they're in the process of doing that.
State, how long till this gets done? Because we got a pretrial coming up next.
Yes, Judge. Our chief, who's in charge of the theft PTI, she's been in and out of the office the last couple of weeks. The mitigation packet has been reviewed. I'm just at this point waiting to staff it with her.
Okay. And do we have an idea of when that could take place?
I'm hoping that it'll be done by first thing next week, Judge.
Okay, very good. All right, well, hopefully you have an answer by next week.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. Yes, we'll try to get, we will get, all this done and worked out before that, or by that, pretrial date.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Darnell, for the update. You're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Jenkins, please turn your video on. We're on the record, 23 CCR 232-560, State of Texas versus Jalen Jenkins. Mr. Hecker, give the court an update.
Yes, thank you. We have an offer. Unfortunately, Ms. Jenkins does not want it. We want to continue this to trial.
All right, thank you for the update, Mr. Hecker. Your trial date, well, you've got a little while, but April 15th for trial, pre-trial, 3/27, March
Well,
27th.
yeah, right. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mr. Hecker, for the update. You're free to
Thank
go.
you. Thank you.
Ms. Jenkins, you're free to go. We're on the record, 24 CCR 237-449, State of Texas versus LaPortia Nicole Brown. Mr. Newsmith, give me an update.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we have received discovery from the state. We've received an offer for probation, Your Honor. We have not received, and I will be filing for a criminal history of the state's witness, the complaining witness on the case. In particular, because Ms. Brown was actually not arrested in this situation. She was accused. We'd like that information. We do not have an agreement with the state on our end just yet, Your Honor. We'd like to see that, and then if not, we'd like to go ahead and set this for trial.
Okay. Well, you're already set for trial.
Oh, great.
January 7th, 10 a.m. Pre-trial is December 19th. So you can continue negotiating with the state. You can file your motion, but get your motion filed and heard prior to the pretrial conference. Well, it'll be heard at the pretrial if need be.
Yes, Your Honor. And then also, Your Honor, if I may, for my client, she is located far in Arkansas. That is why CJIS is, it's not impossible, Your Honor, it's just trying to coordinate a chance for her to do CJIS, to come down and do that. She is not a woman of means and does not have very good transportation at this time, along with her job and her kids. So
Well, she has to be in person at the next setting on December 19th.
December 19th, okay. And she can do her CJ.
She can do her CJIS on that day. We'll get it taken care of.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Brown, if you heard that.
All right, y'all are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Move on next case.
That case is already in RTDP, Judge.
RTP,
Yes, Judge. For Douglas.
Shashu Douglas.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
They have an end date of October 17th.
Okay, move on to Spotek. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 233745, State of Texas versus Anthony Allen Spatek. Mr. Doggett, why don't you give the court an update?
We've reached an agreement with the state and he just needs to take a class and then they're gonna dismiss it.
Let's see here. Pretrial is December 19th. Will he have the class done by then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Martinez. Mr. Martinez, please turn your video on. We're on the record, 23 CCR 235226, State of Texas versus Eduardo Martinez. Mr. Capetillo, why don't you give the court an update?
Judge, Mr. Martinez had his TRAS completed. He's been accepted and offered a DWI PTI. Mr. Martinez has told us that he cannot make the $500 payment until Thursday of this week when he gets his funds in. So we're waiting for that. As soon as he gets that funds in, he'll make the payment and we'll get the contract drafted for DWI PTI.
All right, once you've entered into the program officially and signed off on the contract, please notify Sarah and let her know.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
I have, I think, 2 more cases on your docket, sir. Ms. Martinez, you're free to
Or
go.
the next 2, just hang tight. We're on the record, 24 CCR 237880, State of Texas versus Laura Diana Gonzalez Hernandez. Mr. Capetillo, go ahead.
Judge, we're having a very weird situation with DPS and the ALR hearing on this. As you're well aware, I like to have the ALR hearings before I move forward on the DWI cases in the event the officers lead me down a path that I was not expecting. In this situation, we've been in contact with Ms. Gonzalez Hernandez almost every week, asking her if she's received notification from DPS about our timely requested ALR hearing. She has not. We've reached out to DPS directly. For some reason, they're saying they don't have the blood results. The state has already provided me with the blood results on this case, and that blood result happened back, the testing happened back in February of this year. So one arm of DPS is not talking to the other for some reason. Obviously, Judge, I don't have any power to move them along. The state has made an offer in this case. I relayed that offer to Ms. Gonzalez Hernandez, but I'm waiting to have that ALR hearing. Pending that ALR hearing, I think we're ready to make a decision. She's going to set up a meeting with me in the next week so that we can go over her options and what the state has offered.
Okay. First off, good luck with DPS.
You've been there, Judge.
You've got some time. You have another status hearing on January 14th at 2:30. So hopefully you have it resolved by then.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll bring in your next case, Christopher Lee. Mr. Hernandez, you're free to go. We're on the record in 24 CCR 240267, State of Texas versus Christopher Eugene Lee. Mr. Captillo, go ahead.
Judge, at our last setting, I believe ADA Colin Scoville sent off the blood request, so we're waiting to get that back. We are on docket, I think, already to have a pretrial conference and then a trial setting. I've had the ALR on this case. Officer did not appear, so I did not get to ask that officer some questions. I've sent ADA Fisher my review of the case. I'm waiting to get a response back from her. But I've reviewed everything on my side.
That information.
Say that again?
Can you please forward me that information that you sent over to Ms. Fisher?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think Mr. Scoville is going to be handling your case for the meantime.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the update. Mr. Captillo, you and your client are free to go.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, Judge.
You too. Right. Moses Guillory. Okay. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 237068 and 23 CCR 237076. State of Texas versus Moses Albert Guillory. Mr. Washington, why don't you give us an update?
Good afternoon, Judge.
No.
I received an email from the state today regarding plea offers in this case, and I should be receiving plea offers from the state within the next few days. So that's regarding the plea offers, Judge, for both cases. Additionally, Judge, I believe you're well aware that last time we were in court, I had previously filed 2 motions to amend bond conditions in both Mr. Guillory's cases regarding 2 of the bond conditions that are attached to both of these cases, Your Honor. And we had postponed entertaining those motions until today, because there has since I filed those motions, a pretrial bond supervision report was sent to me regarding Mr. Guillory's positive test for alcohol on July 3rd, Your Honor. So I believe today we're here to address all of those, both motions as well as the pretrial bond supervision report, Judge.
One second, Mr. Washington.
Yes, Your Honor.
So the pretrial supervision reports are set for the 15th, not today.
Okay, Your Honor.
So
And that's my mistake, Judge.
it's okay. It's all right. Let's do this, because I would never do a pretrial supervision report over Zoom. It's always going to be in person.
Yes, Your Honor.
You gave me the update on your motion to, well, let's deal with your motion to modify bond conditions and the pretrial supervision report on the 15th. We'll just deal with both then.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sorry for the confusion, Mr. Washington. Anything further?
No, Judge, I think that's it.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Sierra Huff. All right, right there. Good afternoon. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 236930, State of Texas versus Sierra Huff. Give me an update, Counselor.
I don't see her here, Ms. Fisher. I spoke with her on yesterday. State she had me an offer. And she was supposed to get back with me as to whether she had plea papers ready, all that, but I do remember one thing that I overlooked. I remember subliminally her saying, well, I'll see you in the morning. The hearing was set for 2:30, and I didn't catch that at the time, so I'm wondering if she was here this morning waiting for me.
Well, I don't think she'll be handling the case any further, Mr. Scoville.
I will be taking the case over. I'll get with Mr.
You don't look like her.
I definitely do not look like.
But anyway.
But yes, I will be handling the case moving forward.
Yes, sir.
I know I spoke with Miss Fisher briefly about this case.
Yes.
I know you had gone back and forth negotiating with her a little bit.
And if I may, and I don't know if that got to you, but we discussed, she raised it because she didn't qualify for PTI because of the retail,
Correct.
And what we discussed was she was going to get some type of documents together, not some type of documents, plea documents, to raise it to 18 months for deferred.
Okay.
That's what she and I discussed. I don't know
If you and your client are willing to accept that, if that was the original
I
agreement.
told her that we would.
Okay, then I will, if anything, we can get a plea date from the court.
Okay.
We won't be able to do it today. I will send that plea paperwork over to you,
Yes, sir.
as soon as I can for review.
Yes,
And then
sir.
we'll take it from there, Judge.
I appreciate that.
You wanna-
Then again, he's different. He doesn't look like her, but.
No, definitely doesn't look like her, but
Far
he'll be
better-
handling the case from here.
Far
wanna get her-
better looking.
What date do we have?
October 21st, is what you said? 24? That sounds good to me.
Is that good for you, Counselor?
Yeah.
And your client? Okay.
What, 1:30 you said? That's always good in the afternoon.
Perfect. I will
Do
get
we
that.
need to sign anything we said?
No.
No, you do not. Just appear on that date.
Yes, sir.
And then he'll get you all the paperwork that you need for that plea. Just get it all taken care of beforehand. Come on in with paperwork.
So much. Subject to that, may we be excused.
You may.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
What is your name again?
Ma'am,
What is your name?
we're really Nolly.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Nally, I'll get that sent over to
Thank
you
you
as
so
soon
much.
as I can, sir.
Do we not have other plea dates before that? Oh, that's right. Never mind. That's right. Thomas. Somebody else comes for him. I don't remember the name. You know who's typically fills in for Mr. Thiessen?
There's a couple of them, Judge. I know on this particular case, I've only spoke with Mr. Thiessen.
We'll come back around to it. Let's go to Stumer. All right, we're on the record at 23 CCR 236962 and 23 CCR 236961. State of Texas versus Callista Stumer. Counsel, why don't you give me an update on the case?
Yes, Your Honor. So we had an agreement with 88 CHOPA, but Ms. Stumer, my client, she ended up not being able to do that program for financial reasons or finishing it, and so she ended up doing another program. I spoke to 88 Mary. I have to get the proof that she finished that program. She is now in a group home. She's medicated, so 88 Mary also wants to get, official something that shows her medications, that she's taking them. And so I did get a letter from her group home, and you can call her if you want to verify that she's there and doing well. It says her medication, but we'll get something more official for the medication. And then she'll review it, and fingers crossed, if it's all good, they'll head to.
Anything you'd like to add?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
Update. And we've had background, I'm here for, Ms. Stockton, she's out today. I think he should be on. Or the mission right now. Sure.
Patterson, turn your video on, please. We're on the record, 24 CCR 237-860, State of Texas versus Cameron Patterson with Martinez. For an update.
Yes, Your Honor. From what I understand, that stop check and Mr. Patterson was speaking to the state about a class that needs to be done, as well as a couple other conditions that need to be met. He just sounds like Mr. Patterson needs a little more time to finish the classes, and then they can finish the other parts of the conditions to an agreement that sounds like they have. It's to reach a dismissal. Yes, Your Honor. Correct, Judge.
Well, I just got plenty of time. This next status hearing is on January 14th.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Martinez, thank you for the update. Mr. Patterson, you're free to go.
Wait, I couldn't really hear what you're saying. Like it was kind of low. Were you saying something to me? Like, did you give me some information that I need to know?
Your attorney gave us an update. You're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
I'm hoping that my client's on the right.
We're on the record, 22 CCR 230-901, State of Texas versus Jennifer Hollins. Martinez, go ahead.
As of right now, we're, Scova and I had a little bit of catch up. There is an offer that I wanted to go over, with, Ms. Hollins. And I think we're still kind of in a negotiation phase, Your Honor. We just need a little bit more time now, learning that, I'm dealing with him now and not with the prior, person reviewing the case, Your Honor.
A free trial coming up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here's the update, moving to client free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate you, sir. Your Honor, thank you.
Yes, you're free to go. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Mr. Adams?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Timothy Fontanet?
Harris, Timothy Adams.
On the record, 24 CCR 237-870, State of Texas versus Paris Deshawn Fontanet. Counselor, I'll give you an update.
Yes, Your Honor. We've received discovery and also a fee offer. I've been in communication with the state, albeit it was yesterday, about a counter. I'm just hoping to resolve that case or further engage in negotiations. I do not foresee this proceeding to a trial. I just need to get with the state and see what we can work out.
Anything you want to add?
Nothing to add other than I know you had previously been in contact with Ms. Fisher.
Yes.
I will be handling the case moving forward. It was my case originally, but just any further communication with the state, you send it directly to me.
Will do.
Okay. You're free to go. You and your client both. Thank you. You get yourself a stack of those business cards to keep over here.
I need to bring my whole box with me, Judge.
Just keep some here.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, are you in a moving vehicle? Mr. Johnson, I will not proceed with this hearing until you are stopped and parked. Sarah, move on to the next case. We will come back to Mr. Johnson. We're on the record 23 CCR 232-585 and 23 CCR 232-586, state of Texas versus Sean McGill Berry. Ms. Waddell, why don't you give me an update and say before we do it there. A surety of surrender was filed in both these cases on September 13th. The only reason it hasn't been signed is because I don't have an unredacted version of it yet. I haven't signed unredacted versions document. So as soon as I get that, it will be executed. So go ahead.
Your Honor, we have an agreement on the 585, which would be 45 days in county jail with credit for 29 days previously served, and then no disposition the other case. And we have agreed to do it on Friday. If I could get on the schedule, I emailed Ms. Sarah to see if we could make it on the docket, and then he would be turning himself in at 6 p.m.
You'll go on the calendar this Friday. You'll be here at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir. Are we excused?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Doctor. We're on the record 24 CCR 240-189, state of Texas versus IKEA Walker. Ms. Long Miles, we are here on a motion to modify bond conditions. I've read your motion. Go ahead and make your argument, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I filed a motion to modify bond conditions due to the fact that one request is for Ms. Walker to be permitted to travel outside the state of Texas during the holidays. She's originally from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and she usually goes home to visit family around the holidays. And so I requested those specific days because those are the days that she asked to be off, or the days that she asked to travel. Also, Miss Walker is a general manager for RK or RQ. It is a gas station, and that requires for her to be at work at 5 a.m. So she's usually leaving her home around 4:30. Once she gets to work, she has to get things sorted out and organized for her employees, take care of finances, records, make sure everything is in place for daily activities at her job. And so sometimes she's noticing that there is a conflict in where she is not unable to sometimes call as frequently as she should. She has been doing so. Her status is she is compliant. She has negative results. And so she's asking at least if there's any kind of way, I believe she's on like color, the purple, she's in the purple category. And so she's asking if that could be changed to allow for her to at least get some time to get into work, to get everything taken care of, and then place the call so that she can kind of still maintain her status with her job, as well as remain in compliance with the court and not have any future issues. Not to say that any have been, there are any issues as of now, as far as her status is concerned.
Is drugs an issue in this DWI or is it alcohol?
No, it's alcohol, Judge.
And probation with regards to compliance of her testing, she's in full compliance this time, and how many times has she been tested?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm having a slight difficulty hearing. I'm not sure if it's the volume.
Yeah, you know what? My mic got turned off for some reason. I think the board may have hit it. So my apologies. So let's start over again. Let's see, state, it's alcohol involved in the DWI, not drugs, correct?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. There's zero reference to any drugs in the offense report.
My understanding is drugs were not an issue in this particular case, Your Honor.
Okay. Probation.
She has been tested twice at intake, was positive for marijuana, but then September 26th was negative for all drugs. So she's only been tested twice. She is reporting that her color is cold. She does not have any mixed colors.
So how would you like me to assign a color to her, Miss Longmiles? Because regardless of whatever color she's assigned, she's going to have to call in every morning.
Okay.
So, and it sounds like she's assigned a color that's quite infrequent. I mean, if she's only been tested twice since, what is it, June of this year? June of this year? I mean, that's a very infrequent color.
Okay.
So what is
If
your
so,
recommendation then? What are you asking for?
If so, Your Honor, is there any way, because I'm not sure if she would be held in any type of contempt or it would be deemed a violation if she calls in beyond the 10 a.m. time frame? I believe there is a time frame for when she has to make that call. And so if she could be given a little grace until about noon when she has all of her ducks in a row in regards to work, I think that would be better for her.
Okay. State, what is your position on this motion to modify bond conditions, specifically to the drug condition or the testing condition?
The state would be unopposed to a modification. What that modification looks like, given her situation, I don't really have any input on that, Judge. I would leave that to your best discretion. The only thing I can think of here is, given the relatively low BAC, I don't think an interlock is necessarily a viable alternative.
Right.
I mean, would it be an option to have her test once a month?
Let me pull up her conditions. Is she meeting with a CSCD officer once a month? Just checking in.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, the other option is take her off colors and then she's tested when she goes to meet with her officer.
Yes, Judge. I think given her particular, I guess, employment situation, that may be better than what's, I guess, happening right now. Again, she's got a
Yes, Your
relatively
Honor.
low BAC, no drugs are involved in this case. I mean, the state would be comfortable with her testing whenever she goes in for check-in with probation.
Okay. I'll modify per the state's agreement, I'll modify the condition to where she's no longer on colors, but she will be tested upon meeting with her pretrial monitor once a month.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, now as to the first part of your motion. So I'm going to tell you right now, I have a very strict 3 days, and that includes travel time, where she can leave out of this state. So we can do 24th, 25th, and 26th of November. That allows her to spend time with her family over Thanksgiving. So she would fly out on the 24th, return on the 26th. And then we can do the same dates for December as well, 24th, 25th, and 26th. But if that doesn't work for her, we can pick some other dates. She's shaking her head. So, Counselor, would you like to ask your client what dates work for her?
Ms. Walker, are you having issues with the dates that have been suggested or recommended by the court?
You'll need to unmute yourself, Ms. Walker. Ms. Walker, you're going to need to unmute yourself. There's a button.
Okay,
There we go.
I got it. I'm so sorry. I was trying to see if maybe I could go home for like 5 days. I'm not going home in December. I'm staying down here. So I would just like to spend time with my family for 5 days. I haven't been home in 2 years.
I understand. 3 days is my limitation. So
Yes, sir.
you can change the dates if you want. I'm offering up November 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Yes, sir.
But that's up to you.
That's fine. I'll keep those days.
Okay. But you're not traveling in December, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, I'm going to make a docket entry reflecting these changes and agreeing to allow her to travel November 24th through November 26th. Anything else, Ms. Longmiles?
No, Your Honor, that is all.
All right, y'all are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Don't move anybody in yet. Give me a minute to make this entry. Luis Gonzalez. Good afternoon. It's all right. Okay, let's get on the record. We're on the record 23 CCR 237064 and 23 CCR 237060. State of Texas versus Luis Gonzalez. Why don't you give me an update, Counselor?
Trying to come to a resolution to the case. I believe the only thing that has been the amount of restitution involved. We are finalizing that, and I'm going to reach out to Mr. Coordinator, Sarah. We get a plea date in place, hopefully within the next couple weeks, and trying to get this wrapped up.
1024 at 1:30. All right. Take the plea on 1024 at 1:30. Yes, we do. We should have one for today too. All right, you're free to go. Thank you. All right. Jathan Thomas.
Am I up, Judge?
You're up. We're on the record in 24 CCR 238039, State of Texas versus Jathan Jose Thomas. Mr. Thiessen, why don't you give me a status update on the case?
We had a TRAS on 8/27/24. DA's offered 15 months. I'm still waiting to see if he's been allowed into PTI or if they're not allowing it. And then if no PTI, then can we do, I think it was, yeah, that we're going to do the 12-month deferred adjudication. Sorry, I actually know that, and that's why I'm trying to figure out when I can get him in to do the 12-month deferred.
Okay, so has he been denied the PTI?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're trying to get him in for a plea on a 12-month deferred?
Yes, and I got him with, sorry, I've been communicating with Colin. I have all my emails here. We've got it all laid out.
Okay, how quickly do you want to get him in? Or because I've got a 1024 at 1:30 plea date. It's in the afternoon. I know it's preferable for probably you.
No, I like coming in the morning. I was actually there this morning.
Okay, all right.
Like Tuesday mornings are great for me. 1024. Yeah, I'm out speaking that day in Florida. So if I could come in the morning, do you have any that Tuesday the 22nd, are y'all open?
I don't have any, I don't have any pleas that morning. I have a plea date. I have a plea that afternoon at 1:30 docket. I should say plea docket at 1:30. But on the 29th, I do have a plea docket at 9 a.m.
The only thing is that if that Laramie Gilbert trial goes, but I don't think it should, but let's aim for the 29th to plea in the morning, right? Okay, let's do that then, Judge.
Okay, 1029 at 9 a.m. I'll see you and your client on that date. You're free to go. Thank you for the update.
Thank you, sir. Talk to you guys soon.
Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye. 1029.
Let's bring in Johnson. Mr. Johnson, please turn your video on. And please tell me you have stopped your vehicle. All right, we're on the record, 23 CCR 235400. State of Texas versus DeMarcus Darnell Johnson. Ms. Collins, you're up. Could you provide the court with a status update?
Yes, Judge. Good afternoon. I talked to State. State is trying to locate the complaining witness. When I did speak to her today, she said that she would have an answer to me on the case sometime next week, if not an offer.
Okay, so you don't have an offer yet?
No, Judge, I don't. And they've had trouble locating the complaining witness.
State.
That is correct, Your Honor. I will, I have an investigative request to try to find her. I will have an answer, for Ms. Latoya in the next few days.
Okay. Right. Thank y'all for the update. Ms. Collins, you and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good one.
All right, you guys too.
All right, that concludes the docket. Thank y'all.